And with every movement of your head down, you can just feel yourself sink a bit deeper than before. Hi, it's Jacqueline Powers. Before we start, a quick note. This video mentions my Patreon and downloads collection. Support and exclusive benefits are in the links below. Thank you. Welcome to the Jacqueline Powers Hypnosis channel. If you enjoy my content, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to never miss out on my latest uploads. Only safe for work content is here, but for more intense versions, check the description. Now relax and let the session begin. Hello, my dear, and welcome to this little file about nodding and agreeing. Both of those things you will find so very easy at the end of this with my words. And who knows, maybe we can discover a whole new thing to the motion of nodding. After all, some things can be completely different or seen in a new light with just the right perspective on it. Sometimes just a few words can so easily change what we thought was already such a solid thing in our mind. But the right words can make such a difference, I can tell you. Just like my words can make such a difference in how you feel when you listen to them. You really like the sound of them, don't you? They're quite pleasant for your ears and for your mind. Can you feel how your mind just starts to grow more calm and more relaxed? Each word of me, you can just let yourself sink into it further. You can just start to notice how the longer you listen to the sound of my voice, the more you can feel each part of your body just start to relax more and more. And the more you can feel each part of your body relax and slowly start to melt to my voice, the more you just wanna keep listening to my voice, feeling so good as you just listen to it. With every word that I'm speaking to you, you can just follow along with your mind to what I say. And now we're gonna start with what I mentioned earlier, to look at something we already know and change how we look at it, for what we take it, what we thought it did. So since we're in such a lovely situation right now, with you listening to my words, listening to what I'm saying to you, why don't we take the motion of nodding? We all know that a nod is a symbol in movement for agreeing to something. A nod is the easiest and most basic way to agree to something, just by moving your head. Everyone knows when seeing it. It's just taken as such a basic thing in our everyday society. But now let's look a bit closer. What is a nod even? It's the movement of the head. It can be broken down into two main movement directions. At first, you move your head a tiny bit up, and then after that comes a movement where you lower that head of yours downwards, finishing the nod with that last movement. So we have some directional movement. And do you know what it is also directional? The movements of your mind in trance. Your mind can move down, deep, and at the end or in between, your mind can just be brought back up. And just like that, there are movements of a nod. First, you go up, and then you move down. So we can move these two lovely movements in connection with my voice, with my words. And you can just go ahead and nod with every time that you agree. And with every time you can feel your head moving up, feeling yourself coming a bit back from this deeply relaxed feeling that you're experiencing right now. And with every movement of your head down, you can just feel yourself sink a bit deeper than before. Isn't that right? See how you're moving your head to nod helps you with going down. It's really that easy, isn't it? Just moving that pretty head of yours up and down, just nodding, and with every time you do it, to a question of me that you can so easily agree with, you can just feel it become more and more automatic, not even needing to think about it anymore soon. It will just happen, won't it? Yes, it will. That's right. It will just be that whenever you agree, you simply move that head of yours first, a bit up, and then down to nod. And the more you do this, the deeper you can just go with every nod. Every time you agree with me, you can just sink a bit deeper into this state. Just following my words and agreeing with them is now making you feel even better. And it does simply feel so very good to agree with me, doesn't it? Just nodding so absent-mindedly now. No need to pay attention to it really. Just agreeing and sinking deeper, right? It just happens so automatically. Finding it easier and easier to agree more, the deeper you just sink into the state with me. You only gotta listen to my words and voice and feel yourself agreeing to what I am saying. It is that simple, really. Nothing complicated at all. Just nodding and agreeing, right? So good to feel it happening with every single nod. Just nodding and agreeing, right? So good to feel it happening with every single nod. Every nod, making it easier and easier. Just so very natural to agree with me, really, isn't it? Just feels so good to agree with me, right? And every single time you agree with me, you just sink deeper and deeper into this lovely trance, don't you? That's right. Just nodding, just finding it so very natural, so very easy. Your mind just agrees more and more naturally with my words, and it feels so good, so right, that it does, doesn't it? And you can just feel how each nod only keeps increasing this feeling, that the more you nod, the more you find that you can so easily agree with what I'm telling you. With each nod, you can just allow it to become easier and easier, can't you? It just feels so good to listen and agree with my voice, doesn't it? Each breath you're taking right now just feels better and better. Each word you follow, just feeling better and better, right? Each nod, just allowing yourself to sink further. Just nodding is so very easy, isn't it? It feels so positive, doesn't it? Because agreeing brings you such positive emotions. Agreeing lets you just feel better and better. Feeling so wonderful. Feeling so agreeing. Feeling like you could just keep listening to my voice for such a long time. Just finding yourself agreeing more and more with every word that I'm speaking to you. Doesn't it just feel so good to not need to pay attention anymore to nodding? Doesn't it already just happen so automatic? See, you're nodding and nodding, just going a bit up each time, and then just so much deeper down with the nod. That's right, each nod just happens more and more, over and over. Isn't it right? And I'm giving you so many questions that you can just nod to that. You can just sink deeper and deeper into this state with me, just guided by my voice further and further down. Just so natural to agree by now. The more you agree, the more positive you feel, the easier you sink, right? And sinking and dropping for me. And my voice just feels so very good, doesn't it? By now it just completely automatic to nod, isn't it? And you just collected so much positive feelings, didn't you? You can just keep those feelings, even after this little trance that you just experienced. You can just keep all the positive feelings after this, right? That's right. Just agreeing that you're gonna keep the positive feelings and will feel so very good after this. Now it's time to slowly come back and feel the suggestion of just nodding, fading for now, knowing you can always get it back by listening once more. Now, just keeping the positive feelings. 1, 2, 3, slowly waking. 4, 5, halfway there. 6, 7, 8, almost fully back. 9, 10, and awake. Thank you for listening and nodding along, and may you have a wonderful day.